don't try to be heroes. There is no shame in running.
The nightmares continue in Hawkins. There's a lot of physical horror and dark in this season. What is like? Maybe Joe?
Yeah, I mean, really fun. Kind of reminded me of like season 1 a lot, you know, the tone that they were setting, but you're right. It's like they're going even further in that horror direction. And the thing that I think of right off the bat is just the 4 of us get to work together a lot, and a lot of the sets that we got to work on were straight out of those movies, and just unbelievable attention to detail, and it's just fun, like amazing props, and you know, it's very transportive.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't expect the CGI to be so shocking.
Yeah, they push it this year. It's pretty intense.
Exactly, yeah. Natalia, Joe, what was it like working with the kids growing up so fast? You met them as little kids, babies.
They were babies.
They were
Little
babies.
babies.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they're all now adults.
Yeah.
And they've all sort of like blossomed into very cool people, but also very talented artists, actors.
So cool that happened.
It's really, it's really good that happened. But it is fun. I mean, obviously that, you know, they're such funny and talented kids, but to watch them sort of come into themselves as actors, it's really lovely.
They don't pumpkin anymore, which is a bummer for us.
Yeah.
There was a while when we were filming where they were young, and so they would only have to work these limited hours, which would mean that we only would work these limited
Sometimes.
Well, actually, then
like
we would be stuck with coverage doing coverage with a beach ball or whatever.
I feel like our hours were way better season 3 though, because we would have to go home.
Oh yeah,
And,
like,
like,
oh, well,
Then we do like one shot with a baseball and we go home.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And what was the most difficult thing about recording in the pandemic?
Probably not getting to eat together. Not the sense of for me at least, like the separation.
Yes.
And the separation from the crew too, because it was like I mean we all got so close, but there's we were sort of the unmasked workers, and then there were the masked workers, and that divide felt a lot wider than it normally does.
It's funny you say. I saw Ben. You guys know Ben? Didn't even recognize him last night.
Same with Caleb.
Literally did not even recognize him. And then it was like, it's me, Ben. It's like, oh my gosh. I never even saw you without your mask on.
Yeah, like man, it's really wild.
You did feel for the crew because they had to. You know, it's hard work on a film set. A lot of the time, it's quite a physical job.
And also,
you know, having.
I can imagine. I can imagine that. Maya, how important is it to make social issues like bullying visible in this season?
How emphasized are the social issues of bullying in this season?
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, I haven't really thought about the idea of bullying in the season. I mean, I guess, but it's very. I mean, especially in the California storyline. That bullying is really interesting there, and heavily emphasized of really how violence begets violence. And I think that to me, there's always been a heart of Stranger Things, even when I was a fan of it before I was on it, that was about really a metaphor about adolescence, and that the upside down was kind of this like dark, like the depression that can set in as a teenager, and all of the new hormones and new scary feelings that arrive. And to get into adulthood, you have to sort of like work your way through this like black mush of adolescence and navigate all those feelings. And then hopefully you defeat the beast and you survive and you become a grown-up. And being a grown-up is miserable in all kinds of other ways, but it's less distinctly constantly like having a fork in your heart. And so I think the show is very, very much about issues that kids are dealing with.
Yeah, what can fans expect from this season?
Darker.
Scarier.
Larger.
Spookier.
Perfect.
Okay, this is amazing, guys. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
having a nice day.
Go! Drive!